Hey, what's going on, everybody? I am Mr. Saturn, and this is BKFC Interviews. I am here with Stephen Tomahawk himself. What's going on, man? How you doing?
What's going on, brother man? Happy to be on the show. Thanks for having me.
Man, it's an honor to have you. You're officially my first interview. Hoping to break into any spot with BKFC. Yeah, I'm
Awesome.
I'm
Let's get
pretty
it going
nervous.
then.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty nervous, but I'm gonna start with that. Why don't you tell me about how do you get nervous during your like before your fights? Like, is there anything like that going on?
To lie and say you're not at least a little bit nervous is, that's crazy. The more you fight, the more you do it, the kind of the easier things get. Um, I feel like I belong there, so the nerves have kind of gone away as to when I first started fighting about 10 years ago. I mean, leading up to my fight for about a week, I used to be like just nerves all over the place. Fight day used to be crazy. But now it's me telling my coaches to calm down. Like, I got
Yeah,
this. Like, just calm down. We're here. This is where we're supposed to be. So it's gotten a lot easier. But that should never go away. You're going into combat. Someone is actually uh, trying to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even that because the fight's the fight. It's always going to be the fight. But you do it in front of hundreds of thousands, of people, which is also extremely exciting, but a little nerve wracking. So.
yeah, I can only imagine, man. I'm fighting through it now, so I'm pretty sure it'll be like it's gonna get easier. Um,
Absolutely.
why don't you tell us about what life is outside of fighting?
Um, I've got beautiful daughters. I'm recently married, so I've got.
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. I've got five little girls, so I mean,
Jeez. Okay.
I I'm a girl dad. Um, so outside of fighting, man, like my whole life is fighting. I'm a coach. I'm in the gym 6 to 7 days a week. My kids are kind of involved in everything. My wife is super gung ho with it all. Um, I love life. I try to find the positive in absolutely everything. So, like, you can find a million things to complain about. You should at least be able to find a few to be happy and be positive about. So,
That's right.
uh,
That's right.
my life is pretty much sports, right? Combat right now.
Okay.
When I'm not training for a fight, I'm coaching other guys get ready for a fight, or I'm coaching somebody in their physical health, helping them with some type of rehabilitation, something in that stature. So, like, my life is health and the fight game, but pretty much.
Of course, of course, of course. I heard in a previous interview of yours about your interest in cigars and that
Yeah.
you were starting maybe some kind of cigar business. How's that going?
It still isn't off the ground. You know how you talk some about something, man, and until you actually do it, this year's been uh, not a setback, but I've not got as much done as I would have liked to have done so far to this year. And that's
Yeah,
okay because that just means it wasn't meant to happen yet. But that's still in the process. I'm still in the talks with a couple of distributors. But everything's got to make sense as far as it goes for my brand. Most of the or the pretty much the best cigars are usually from overseas because of the soil content, the humidity, and a bunch of other different things dealing with that. Uh, I want my cigar to be an American made cigar, So, the distributors and everything else, I've got to work my way around those things. And I'm not super entwined in the business just yet. I'm still getting my feet wet.
I get it. I get it. I'm in the same boat, brother. I'm in the same boat. Um, Tell us about what your piece is. If I was in this interview with you and you're just trying to relax, or what calms you down? What's your piece at home or in general?
Believe it or not, I mean, obviously, it's my wife, my kids. I can come home crazy day. It doesn't matter what kind of job I've done in the past. You know what I mean? I'd be able to come home, and then luckily, I married my best friend, and she's my peace. Instead of coming home to nagging, which I'm
Amen.
sure we all have done it at some point in
Yes,
life. You know what
sir.
I'm saying? And I'm sure that I'm not taken from it completely, but that's what I do, man. If my family's my peace, um, or the beach. To be honest,
Oh,
like the
okay.
beaches, I love the ocean. It's a power source for me. You know what I'm saying? It's a place for me to go take a deep breath. Um, I do it by myself. I do it with my kids. I do it with my wife. But that's probably my favorite place to be for peace. Catch a
Okay.
deep breath. You know.
Yeah, we definitely need to do that sometimes because we get busy sometimes. I get busy, even just trying to lock this interview with you, boss. It's crazy.
Listen, I used to hear people say all the time, like, there's just not enough time in a day. And I never really grasped that till these
Hmm.
past few years. And there's just really so much to be done. And if you're not busy, you're not doing enough.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I agree. I agree. Um, do you have any friends other that are fighters? Are you close to anybody, any other BKFC fighters?
Absolutely, absolutely. I train with a lot of them, but then we become friends and family over the years. Luis Palomino,
Hmm.
which was the pound per pound champion of the world, still the champ in
That's
my
right.
eyes. You know what I'm saying? He'll be
Hmm.
back to get that one. Tyler Goodjohn, Gustavo Trujillo, um, a few guys down from Miami, from Young Tigers Foundation. Um, but man, I'm cool with almost everybody. Like on
Yeah.
speed, if not speaking terms, like we text back and forth. You know what I mean? I'm from a little small place called Fort Pierce, Florida. It's probably two hours and 15 minutes from Miami. Um, there's a few guys here that have fought bare knuckle, or I'm working on getting involved more in bare knuckle coming up through the prospect series. Um, I started with um, hmm, Carlos Lopez. I just had a brain
Hmm.
fart for 2 seconds. Like
It
you know, I guess
happens. Yeah.
so. Me and him started bare knuckle probably 3.5 years ago, and since then he's left the sport. I've kind of went a different direction. Been with the BKFC for the past 2.5 years now. Coming into my seventh fight now. Um, but pretty much, if you're not a fighter or you're not into the same things that I am, not that we're not cool or we're not all right, but like that's my circle.
Hmm.
They say surround yourself with like-minded people, and I believe that wholeheartedly. So, um, pretty much everybody that I hang around with or have an everyday conversation with is in the fight game one way or the other, whether they're an up and comer or there's someone who's been established or they're a
Hmm.
coach or something like that. Um, yeah,
Okay. Yeah. I mean, shoot. I get it. Me and my wife, we're big fight fans, and we've actually kind of not I wouldn't say lost friends, but just friends that know they can't count on us most Fridays and Saturdays because either we're watching BKFC or UFC, and they don't always
right.
want to watch that with us. So I'm like, okay, I'm
I
sorry,
get it.
but
Up to 2015, um, is when I started fighting. Um, Before that, I played football, and football was my passion. I'm
oh,
watching it Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
yeah,
Sunday, and
yes, sir.
excuse me, and then we're redoing it. Um, but when I made the transition, when everything shifted, my passion went from that to fighting, whether it's
Hmm.
boxing. And I started out in MMA. So whether I'm watching MMA, I'm watching boxing, and I'm watching kickboxing, man, it's just, there's always something to watch. And you can go back and watch old fights, and it's like watching them fresh if you've never seen them.
Yeah.
And it's like going to school. So I've not lost friends, but I've separated from a lot of my football guys. You know what I'm saying? Because
Grown
like I said,
apart a little bit.
yeah, because football is another a brotherhood, is another family, is another thing. It's sports in general. It's a big team sport, and even though you're fighting and it's just you and somebody else, man, that camaraderie in your gym is really a big deal as well.
Mm.
But so it's funny that you say that you lost some friends over watching fights and stuff. Like, guys would get together usually on Thursday nights
Yep.
to watch college ball, Saturdays and Sundays and Mondays. And now it's pretty much if I'm getting together with someone, we're watching some fights.
Yeah, for sure. Are you a homebody or do you like to be outdoors?
I'm I'm a homebody, but I love outside. So it's like
Okay.
I'm not big on clubs and the bright
Mm,
lights, you know what I'm saying? As much anymore. Them days have kind of changed for me now. I love being at home and I love sitting up, having a movie night with
the
hanging
family,
out a
yeah.
little bit. Yeah,
Hmm.
but I love food. So so I love food. So when it's going out, man, it's let's go eat some food
Stay
somewhere. So like,
good, yeah.
yeah, but once again, it brings me to the beach. I live off the coast, and we're always at the beach. We're going to a park for the kids or something like that. But when you say a homebody, like instead of being out and all over the place, I'm pretty much at the house or in the gym.
I hear you. I hear you. Do you have any regrets in life?
Who doesn't? Who doesn't? Um,
Name one that you really that just takes you, just you think about, just can't let go.
uh, I wish everybody who's young, listen, your credit is everything. Don't mess your
Yeah.
credit up. So I wish that
Yes,
I
sir.
kind of picked up on being a grown up earlier. Um, I lived for the now for a really long time. Right now, if it's not right now, I wasn't worried about tomorrow or what the future
Mm-hmm.
holds or anything like that. Um, and it's okay because it's brought me to this place and it's made me who I am. But I wish that I would have slowed things down a little bit and kind of listen to some of the old heads that would tell you things. Even used to hear people say, "Oh, I wish I would have did better in school or paid more
Mm.
attention." Like, yeah, right. But now it's like, man, maybe if I would have paid a little more
Yeah,
attention, I would have picked up on some of that stuff.
that's right.
I made some mistakes definitely in life. Um, I regret doing some of them, but I don't regret what I've gone through to get to where I am today because without them, I wouldn't be the same person. When you see me, I look kind of unapproachable, but I'm really just I'm the opposite, man. I super big heart. I wear my heart on my sleeve. Extremely passionate, um, and it's made me that way. Going through all the hard things, you'll never know what I've gone through to be so hard to be how I am now. And I appreciate that, because if I didn't have that, who knows what kind of person I would have been.
Yeah, not everybody takes advantage of their experiences, um, to learn from their experiences. Nobody, I mean, it took me a long time to, I mean, I wouldn't even say I'm that mature or grown up, but I'm definitely not who I was 5 years ago, and definitely not who I was 10 years ago, and et cetera, et
No,
cetera.
nor should you be. And if you
That's right.
are, you're not doing it
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
And I didn't always see it like that. A lot of the time, like I said, I was for the right now.
Hmm.
And I do want to live life to the fullest, even today. But I just want to have a little bit of common sense and thought for what's going on tomorrow as well.
That's right. That's right. I like it. I'm a man. Um, beer or hard liquor?
This is a toss up. So it's if it is. I mean, I love a good draft beer, brother. I love
Hmm.
a good draft beer, but I love some whiskey and cigars, a little bourbon and cigars. You cannot go wrong. I'm not a huge drinker though,
Okay,
um,
yeah.
but if I'm having a stick, if I'm burning one, I want to sip on a little whiskey, a little bourbon, something just to get it to roll off your tongue a little bit better.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but a cold draft is,
Yep.
like, whew,
I mean, I had to drink. I've been hooked on the Modelo Micheladas for a little bit, so
right.
I had to just knock one down real quick, just to loosen up a little.
Get the nerves out.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I'm dry right now, man. So we're coming up. I'm 3 weeks out right now. So
Yes.
um,
Yes.
I put the weed aside. I put
My
the
man.
marijuana. I put my drinks aside. I do
Yes.
everything is for me. I level
Yeah.
up each and every time I fight. So I put it all aside for 3 to 4 months. You know what I'm saying? I'll have a drink after my fight. I usually have a drink with my opponent afterwards, and then I
Oh,
celebrate
okay.
after.
Nice.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, man, I love a good drink, but I'm just not super big on like a regular process.
Yeah. I get it. I need to slow down. Whenever I'm watching BKFC, I have
Oh,
my
but then
drinks.
that's the time to have the
Yeah.
drink,
Yes,
though. You
sir.
know what I mean? Let's go.
Oh my God. All right. Do you have any unusual or interesting talent? Something, something that might interest us to know.
What that means, man? I mean, I'm a
Other than
professional
fighting.
bare knuckle
Yeah.
fighter. I mean, that's. um,
Can you sing? Can you tap dance?
I
You good
cannot sing.
yo-yoist?
I got some rhythm, but I can't. I don't do a whole lot of dancing.
Okay.
Uh, don't know tap dancing. Let's see. Yeah, I don't do none of that stuff, man. I can draw pretty well. I've been pretty
There you go.
I don't want to say artistic as in artistic, but like I've drew like my whole growing up and stuff. But nothing, man. Nothing that I could think of. I'm not a singer, that's for sure. I'm not
All right.
America's Next Top Idol.
Yeah. Okay. Oh man. Any cool fan interactions?
A bunch. It's super touching when fans reach out to you or tell you how much they've changed or you've helped change the way they see things or do things. Um, all that's super awesome. Without fans, without supporters, what are we? You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
we're just two people fighting in a ring. You know what I'm saying? So without you guys or without the fans in general, so I always show love. Um, each and every single buddy that shows me support, even the ones that kind of will send me a derogatory message. Hey man, I appreciate you watching. You know what
Oh
I'm saying? You're
damn.
still. Um, I've had a couple fans give me cigars. I've got an
Okay.
ashtray, small different little things like that. Um, but like I'm still in the sport, man. We're still young and grown, but the fans have been good to me, and hopefully I'm good to them back. I'll never walk away from somebody. I'll never miss out on a picture. I'll never do any of those things because I mean, those are memories, and whether they're mine or theirs, we're making them. So.
Yeah, and we thank you for that. That's how I get drawn to being a fan of fighters. It's like a 50-50. Obviously I like to see them knock, knock somebody
Of
out or choke
course,
somebody
yeah,
out, but
right.
it's the way they carry themselves after with the fans, their interactions is,
Absolutely,
and
that's
that's why
part
I
of it,
wanted, yeah, that's why I wanted to do this as well, because I mean, I'm pretty sure these fans that you interact with want to know a little bit more of your personal side, and
right? Right.
so I thank you
Thank you for having
for
me, man.
being
This
you,
is a
man.
pleasure.
Let's wind down. I'm gonna ask three quick questions, super simple, and yeah. What's your favorite song?
Favorite song as of right now is "Let Me Fly." It's by DMX.
Mhm.
It's like from 1998. So that's my favorite song. Either "Let Me
Okay,
Fly" or "Give Me Death." Um,
okay.
it's a oldie, but that's my. I'm still sticking to that jam.
It still keeps you going though. Still, it
Still
pumps
keeps
you
me
up.
going. Yeah.
That's right. Favorite movie?
Old Yeller.
Oh, okay.
listen, listen. When you look at me, you're not gonna realize it, but
Nah.
I got a little age on me, man. I was
Yeah.
born in 1980. I'm 44 years old.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
so when I say Old Yeller, I mean I'm kind of just shooting back to my childhood.
Of
Um,
course.
but I mean, I'm a movie buff. It was something that me and my father did when I was growing up. He would take me to the movie theater. So like even to the day, I still like going to the movie theater with the popcorn. As ridiculously priced as everything is.
Shoot, I still sneak in
It's
stuff, bro.
yeah, straight up in
Yeah.
movies now. So like it's my downtime, um, unwinding at night. Kids are in bed, pop on a show or a movie,
Gotcha.
and just kind of tune down a little bit. So,
All right. And what about your favorite animal?
man, I'm a dog guy. I
You like
love
dogs?
dogs. Yeah, I love dogs, man.
You have
Dogs.
some pets, pet dogs?
I don't have any at the moment. I've had them my whole life. Like I said, I've been in a transition the past year. I recently, I'm getting married. I'm getting ready to buy a house here in the next,
Oh, that's
probably, yeah,
exciting.
probably the
Okay.
next 6 months. So I've just
Congrats.
kind
Yeah.
of anything that's extra, you put to the side. So you got to
Yeah.
go. So right now, I don't need an extra responsibility. I mean, don't laugh at me, but I've got kids, so I don't need an
Nah,
extra. It's a
I get
lot.
it.
But I am an animal lover.
Okay.
All animals, they're super
All
dope.
right.
I just, you know,
Last thing, anything you want to tell your fans? I know a lot of us are excited to see you fight soon. You got a fight coming up. Anything you want to just share with your fans?
September 13th, BKFC 66, man. I'm going out there. I'm gonna lay it all out there like I do absolutely every single time. Um, tune in, tune in. Uh, Check my Instagram out, Steve Tomahawk Townsend. Give me a follow. See what I got going on. Everything you see is me. You don't see all the extra. You know, I'm not out there clout chasing. I'm chasing a path, not clout. Um, but if you enjoy the show, if you enjoy the fight, tap in. Let me know that you liked it. You know, let me know that what I'm doing is something that you enjoyed. And I appreciate you guys.
Awesome, man. Thank you once again for hanging out with me for a little bit. I hope you have yourself a great night and good luck. Good luck in your fight, brother.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, buddy. All right, man.